Greetings, New York Thrifter here, and today I'm doing a really quick walkthrough of one of my favorite Goodwill stores. This is a regular retail store in northern New Jersey. I find some of my very best deals in New Jersey because New York City thrifts tend to be very expensive. So today I went to a half-off sale for two colored tags, both blue and green were 50% off. And if you stay tuned, I will show you everything I got on this trip.
Okay, so let's get to that haul. The first thing I wanted to share were these wedges from Free People. You can see right inside there. I normally don't get shoes because I don't like cleaning them up and shipping them. However, when I find some really good ones, I can't seem to pass them up. These Free People were half off, so I paid $6.50 for them. And they sell for probably around $30 to $40 on eBay. These are some boots. They're tiny. They're 5.5, size 5.5, but they are Lucky brand. And I got these half off, so this was another pair for $6.50. And these are going to sell for probably about $35 on eBay as well. So that's kind of my, entree into the shoe world. Next up, getting to the clothes, I have this really cute outfit, and it is a Theory suit. So here's the brand Theory, and I picked this up a lot, so you'll probably recognize it. And there's just this little cropped jacket along with this teeny tiny skirt. So size 2, and it could be worn to work, but it's a little bit more of kind of maybe a playful fun outfit rather than a work outfit. But it does have a really great kind of jacquard fabric with that really nice design. So I'm going to be listing that on eBay, and it looks like I should maybe get about $50 for it. Hopefully I'll list it at $50 and then maybe take a best offer. Next up are these black pants, and they are designer, Kate Spade, New York, and they've got a really great kind of detail here at the waist that I really like, size 4, giant button. And I picked these up for, let's see, they were blue, so they were half off, which means I got these for $4, because yeah, $7.99 is the price of pants, so $4 pair of Kate Spade. I'm going to be listing these hopefully for around $30 or $40, seeing how close to that I can get. Another blue tag, which means for these pair of jeans, I spent $4. These are Maguire. I didn't recognize the name of this brand, so I looked it up right there in the store, and I found out that these can go upwards of $50 or $60 selling used on eBay. So I picked them up. They're in really great shape, distressed obviously, but they're a very popular pant. So I grabbed those. I did not recognize the name of these pants either. Again, a blue tag, so $4. They are MIH jeans, but instead of a jean, they're actually a velvet pant, black velvet, and a size medium. Looking for comps on eBay, I found probably around $25 or $30. I might have to take a best offer. It is getting a little out of the season for velvet pants, but I figured I would give it a shot for that. For $4, you really can't go too wrong. Here's another new to me brand, and that is Tiger of Sweden. And they are best known for their men's apparel. As you can see, these are definitely not men's. These are women's, a silky printed pant. And I paid full price for these, so I paid $8 for these. And when I looked up this brand, I was able to find a lot of menswear, not a lot of women's wear. And so if I had to make a guess, I would probably say I'm going to be listing them for around $50, because that's how much the lower end of the men's pant will go on eBay. Probably won't get the full 50, but I figure you might as well try. I think this brand might do better in an international market than maybe here in the United States. I think it's lesser known here, but they felt really, really nice. It's a really interesting print, so I thought I'd give it a go. I picked up lots of J. Crew, as I always do, so you'll be seeing the J. Crew again and again. Pick them up half off, so $4. These are a size 6, and they're called Morris Code jacquard pants, and that's because you've got the dots and dashes, which I thought were really cute. And these go for about $20 on eBay. Vince, one of my favorite brands to pick up. It's been losing its worth in the retail lately, I think maybe because it's become a little oversaturated, but for $4 I can turn around and sell these for probably around $30. So even though it's been losing its value, it very much still can bring back, make a good return on investment. So I did pick these up, and I really like the zippers on the bottom of these pants. I thought that was really well done. Got some more J. Crew. This time, some wool, black label J. Crew. They're Cafe Capri. I picked these up for $4.50, and they do have a little cuff here at the bottom, definite work pants. And these sell for about $20 on eBay. Ooh, these were a really great find. Green was half off, so I paid $4. These are J brand black jeans, and they are new with tags, never been worn. And so being new with tags definitely brings up the price for these. I'm probably going to list them for around $50 or $55, taking a best offer. But I was really happy. Whenever you find new with tags, it's always great to check it out because it really does increase the value online. Something else I want to talk about is I've been getting a lot of questions because I do tell everyone that I wash all of my clothes before I sell it. Before I list it, I will put it through the washing machine, make sure all of the smells, all of the stains or dirt or whatever's on them is all washed out. So people have been asking me a lot, what do you do when you get new with tags and you can't put it through the washing machine? What I do personally is I will take the piece of clothing and I will hang it up in fresh air. During, the spring, summer, and fall, that might mean outside where I have a clothesline for a few hours or even a day. When it's winter or it's colder outside or it's raining or whatever is going on, I will hang it up inside, but I will try to open a window or I will get fresh air going throughout the room, circulating through the room. And I find that will take away a lot of any smells, especially residual smells you might get from a thrift store. And then after I hang them up for a while and I know that the smells are all gone, I will then take my steamer to the new piece of apparel and I will do a really quick steam on it. And this will get out any wrinkles or any creases, and it will also really refresh the fabric. So it's just kind of like a double check just to make sure that the new with tags clothing are like new when they get to my buyer. Got a pair of brown corduroy pants in the angel cut from AG, Adriana Goldschmied, and these are 28 regular. Now, AG is one of my favorite pants to sell. I find that they go very, very quickly online. The corduroy do not do as well as the jeans. However, I am going to be listing these on eBay, and I don't think I'm going to have any problem getting about $35 for these. And I did get them half off, which means $4. We're getting to the end of our pants here. I have a pair of J. Crew stretch pants. These are cropped zip pants, and I got these for $4.50, and I'm going to be selling these on eBay for probably around, I'll list them for $20, but I'll probably end up taking a best offer for maybe $15 or $18. And the reason why I can sell them at a little bit lower price is that these are so light, they're going to go in a first class package mailing, which means I'm going to be able to mail these for probably around $3. And so looking forward to that. This next pair is an Ellie Tahari gray jean, and it's a kind of a trouser jean, if you will. If you work in a corporate environment and you have maybe, the Fridays where you're a little more casual on casual Fridays and you wanted to wear a pant but not a pair of jeans, this would be a really good choice. So looking these up, I thought I would get more money than I will. LA Tahari is the highest brand, the highest Tahari brand. So when you're buying this new, it's very expensive. Resale for this doesn't necessarily hold up as much as you would like. I'm probably going to be listing these for around $20, accepting maybe, 17, maybe even 15. And I did get these for $4. Back to some J. Crew. These are some printed shorts. I really liked the design. I thought it was a really fun design. I paid $3.50 for these, and I'm going to be selling these for probably around $15. And I'm trying to find a little bit more of the summer apparel to start listing, just because we are going to be going into that season. And for the final pair of pants, Citizens of Humanity. These are the Kelly low waist cropped. I got for $4, and they are in beautiful shape. Nothing is wrong with these hems, so they look really, really great. And I'm going to be listing these for around $25. Oh, let me show you this again. For around $25 on eBay. Now, after I just got done telling you that I was looking for more summer outfits, I'm going to be showing you jackets and sweaters. This first one is a Townsend jacket, size large, and it is made up of this really fuzzy material, and this is an acrylic wool blend, and then all of the accents are leather. So Townsend is a pretty expensive brand when you're buying it new. It will hold up pretty well in resale. I'm going to be listing this for probably around $40. And even though we're getting out of the season, hopefully somebody's going to maybe want it for spring or, Easter. Go as the Easter bunny with this fluffy material. Next up, I have this moth sweater. Moth is an Anthropologie brand. Oh, I'm sorry. I realized I didn't tell you how much I paid for the jacket. All jackets at my local Goodwill are $9.99, and it was half off. So I got that for $5. Now for this sweater, I got this for half off, and all tops are $5.25. So I get, when they're half off, I get them for under $3. So Moth, like I was saying, is an Anthropologie brand. Anthropologie brands, I've been noticing, do a lot better on Poshmark. So I'm probably going to take this over to Poshmark. It's just a really great cardigan with some large brass buttons. So I'm probably going to take this over to Poshmark and hopefully make about maybe $20 or $25 with it. If I was going to be selling this on eBay, I could probably expect closer to like maybe 16, maybe 20 if I get lucky. This next brand I want you to pay attention to because it has an amazing resale value, and that is A.P.C. If you ever find this brand in anything from a sweater to a dress to a jacket to pants, I highly recommend you pick this up. And the reason for that is it really retains its value. I was doing a quick search on eBay for this sweater, and this is made out of wool, and it looks like these can go upwards of $60 or $70. Now, there are some problems with this sweater. It doesn't have any holes in it, so I figured as long as there's no holes, I could try fixing some of the other issues. As you can see, there's lots of pilling on it. That's not a problem for me because I have a sweater shaver, so I'm actually pretty good at getting all of that pilling off. But I also noticed that there are some kind of white marks, like maybe somebody spilled something on here. And there's a couple more, I think maybe, yes, right here, maybe they spilled on here. So what I'm going to do is, this piece is worth it to me to take to my dry cleaner to see if he can get all of these different, I don't think there's stains, but all of whatever, whatever is crusted on here, if he can get that off, because the $5 that I would pay him to clean this gorgeous piece is definitely worth the $60 or $70 return that I could get on it. And I did get this for half off. I'm not seeing the sticker, but it was blue, which means I got this for under $3. So my total investment, if I am able to sell this, is going to be around $8 for a beautiful A.P.C piece. This is another brand that I recommend you pay attention to, and that is Sundance. Sundance is a brand that is sold through a catalog, so I don't believe there are any stores that you can walk into and buy this brand. And so it's one of those places, or it's one of those companies where people, if they miss out the first time around, that they really want to find a piece, that they'll go online looking for a piece. I paid under $3 for this, and it is a beautiful wool blend sweater with a high-low hem and some really great details. No holes in it. I always check my wool blends and my wool sweaters very carefully. So it looks like for this $3 investment, I can probably sell this for around $30 on eBay. So again, Sundance can be a really great brand to pay attention to. I did pick up 2 men's sweaters because they were under $3 a piece, and so I thought, why not? They're both 346 Brooks Brothers. This is a large wool sweater with a quarter zip in the front and that logo right there. This is another 346. Now this is a medium. If these were both size large or size medium, I would definitely think about lotting these up, just because it would be an easy way to list, and it could be worth, quite a good return for my investment. These, if you look online, go for about $25 or $30 a piece, and so I figured for $3 that was a good pickup. I don't buy a lot of men's clothing, but when I find something like that, that would be just a really easy list, I don't have a problem getting it. Now I paid up for this. I paid the full $14 for this piece. This is Vince. It is new with tags. Originally this piece on sale, it was $177. I would probably say this was closer to $200 when it was new. And this is a tunic sweater. And it's beautiful. It is a size small. And when I looked up comps on eBay, I found that similar sweaters are going for probably around $80. So again, even though $14 is a big investment, if I can get an $80 return or even a $70 return, I would say this is very, very much worth it. Another brand that resellers absolutely love finding is Eileen Fisher. This is a beautiful periwinkle blue open cardigan sweater. Again, I paid up for this, but this time it was half off. So that is $7.50 half off that I paid for Eileen Fisher. And it looks like if I take this to eBay, I can expect $45 or maybe even a little bit more. I'll probably price it maybe around $50 or $55 and then take a best offer on it. This is a loft sweater. Let me find. So that's Ann Taylor Loft. And it is a cowl neck sweater in heathered gray. Now, I'm not selling this. It probably wouldn't get too good of a return if I sold it on eBay. The reason I'm showing you this is I bought this for myself. I know with all of these different designer clothes, and I choose to, the mall brand to wear around, but I really like the style of this. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I had some questions on one of my videos, and I remember this one woman in particular asked me, do you shop for yourself when you're out thrifting? And I told her absolutely, because if I would go to the Ann Taylor Loft store and buy this, I would probably expect, $40 would be a very reasonable price, maybe $35 or $30 if it was on sale. And so I picked this up for full price, which means I paid $5.25 for it. That is a great deal in my book. Now, I'm not going off and buying everything I find in my size. I wouldn't exactly call myself a clothes horse, but when you do find a deal that's in your size, I don't hesitate to pick it up because it will save money in the long run. Also, if your closet starts to get full, you can always go in your closet and take things out to list online and kind of have a revolving door for your own personal closet. So I say if it's a good price and you like it, don't feel bad getting it. Couple more sweaters. This one is a Black Label J. Crew, and I looked up the style number on this, and this is called a tweed front merino sweater, and the resale value on this is about $25 on eBay, and I spent $4.50 on it, so a good pickup. This was interesting. I saw this and a couple things drew me to this cardigan. First of all, it has its new with tag sticker on it, something that always bodes well. The name brand is Rocksteady, not something I necessarily recognize, but it had Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein embroidered on it, and I just thought that was the neatest thing. So I did go on eBay. I did a little bit of research on this brand Rocksteady, and I found out that they are kind of a smaller brand that does a lot of rockabilly, Viva Las Vegas type outfits, the women's fit and flare dresses and things that you're going to be wearing, the wiggle dresses. So really kind of that old school vintage style. And I thought this was really cute. I ended up paying half off, so I paid $4.50 for this, and it turns out I'm probably going to be able to list this for about $40 online. Don't know if I'll get the full 40, but I figure there's got to be somebody out there looking for Frankenstein embroidered on their cardigan, so why not? And this, when I first saw it, I got so excited because it is a Karl Lagerfeld, who is an very, very important designer. He does a lot of runway shows, and he's one of the real leaders in the fashion world. So as soon as I saw this sweater, I thought this is an amazing score. It is an open front cardigan in a beautiful kind of teal turquoise color. It was $4.50, and without thinking about it, I grabbed it up, and I thought that I would be able to list it for a little bit more than it's actually the comps are going on eBay. I thought because it had the Karl Lagerfeld name, I was like, I had dollar signs in my eyes. I was, 60, 70, 80, $100. This brand, if you look it up, prices are all over the place, starting at around $20. Now, there are pieces that are similar to this that are selling for $60. So I have every opportunity to get that, and I will be listing it high, probably around $50. But it was just surprising to me that a Karl Lagerfeld piece wasn't that much. Although, this isn't necessarily a runway piece. This isn't one of his floating dresses. It's just an open cardigan. But I think whoever gets this piece is going to be absolutely blown away at just the quality and the design. So thank you, Karl. Let's get into a little bit of shirts up next. This first one is a Theory button-down top in a really great crosshatch design. And I paid under $3 for it. Looking this up, it looks like it's probably going to go for around $30 on eBay. Next up is going to be this Carlisle top. Now this is one of their old tags. If you look at Carlisle now, you're going to find it's a much smaller, much more modern design for the tag. So this is a little bit older. It says made in Hong Kong, which that in itself will tell you a lot more of the vintage pieces will say that. And this is kind of a, what is that, leopard? I don't know, animal print top, and I got this for the full $5.25. It was a yellow tag. I thought I would get more money than this. I've looked up sweaters by this brand and jackets, and they go for pretty good money. Looking this up, it probably will only fetch about maybe $15, which is okay. That's, not quite a $10 return on my investment profit there, but I'm okay with that. Also, one of the things you can do if you do find one of these older pieces, you can take it to Etsy where you can sell vintage items, and you can get a better price at Etsy if you decide to do that. Okay, I've got Vince, which we've seen before. This time, a large shirt that I paid $5.25 for. It is a tunic length. It's very long with long sleeves. It looks like I'm going to be able to list this for around $25 on eBay. I probably won't put a best offer on that. I'll probably hold out for the full $25. Here is a Faye silk shirt. Let me show you that Faye. This is an Anthropologie brand that I paid $4.50. And like I said before, Anthropologie has been doing better on Poshmark. So I'm probably going to take this over to Poshmark, where I'm going to be listing it for about $25. If I was going to eBay, I could probably get closer to $15 for it. Okay, here is a We the Free striped shirt, the high-low hemline, and a pocket there on the side. I paid under $3 for it. We the Free is a division of Free People, and We the Free used to have a little bit better of a resale value. Looking up this striped shirt I found on eBay, we're looking at probably around $10. Not a great return. If you do go over to Poshmark, it's probably closer to 20 or 25. So that's what I'm expecting to do with that. Now, this next brand I usually don't pick up. However, a lot of my viewers have been telling me that it does rather well for them. So I thought, hey, I'm going to take a chance on it. This is Splendid. And I want to say that this is sold at Nordstrom. I could be wrong, but I think it's Nordstrom. I paid under $3 for it. It was half off. And this is interesting because it's got this very large cowl neck, and then it's got like a thermal body to it. So I really liked that. I thought it was very distinctive because a lot of the Splendid tends to be a little more plain. So I thought this was, a good trial piece, if you will. And prices on eBay for this, the reason I never picked it up before is whenever I look up comps, prices are between maybe $8 and $20, which is a really, really big difference. And I don't want to buy something for $3 and sell it for $8. That's just not a big enough profit for me. So I could list it for around $20 on eBay, which would be, if I did get that amount, would be a good profit. Or I could take it over to Posh, where I could list it for around $30. And then, if somebody offers me 25 or even 20, do it that way. So this brand, you do have some choices on where you want to sell it. We'll see what happens. I haven't really made up my mind on what I want to do with it yet, but I'll keep you informed on how that sells for me. Now this is a beautiful piece. It's by Equipment Femme. Very, very expensive brand when you're buying it in retail. And I talked about this brand in a previous video when I was talking about comparisons between Poshmark and eBay. And this is a silk button down. And when I was looking at it, I noticed that there was a few snags in the silk. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find any of the snags now, but they exist. So I am gonna let the buyers know that it's not in perfect condition. But it looks like even in not perfect condition, I'll be able to list this for $30 or $35 on eBay and hopefully get that return. The print seems to do very well. The other piece that I have in this is a yellow solid piece, and I'm expecting to list that for a little bit more because it is in perfect condition. So that is a brand you definitely want to look out for. Here's a Walter Baker royal blue top. It's pretty plain, although it does have an open back. I got it for under $3. I really like Walter Baker. I like the way it fits. It doesn't have a great resale value, however. When I got it home, I was noticing in the comps, $10 on eBay, $15 on Poshmark. So I will be taking it over to Poshmark, and, from $3, turning it around, selling for $15 is not bad. but I usually like to list things for over $20 if I get the chance. So that doesn't quite make the cut. This next piece is a Yumi Kim, and this is a really bright shirt button down with a great print. I did pay full price at $5.25 for this. Now, Yumi Kim did some work for Anthropologie, so you will find people listing this as Anthropologie. This particular piece was not sold at Anthro, so I'm not going to be writing that in the description. But Yumi has a great following, even the non-Anthropologie pieces, and it looks like I can list this for about $25 on eBay. So I'm going to do that. 5 into 25 sounds good to me. This next piece is a J. Crew I got for under $3. There's the J. Crew tag. And this is a sequence slouchy top, I believe is the name of it. And looking this up online, it looks like I can sell it for around $15. Here is a Soft Surroundings extra large green tank. And Soft Surroundings is a really great resale brand because this is a tank. I'll probably only get about $15 for it, which is, that's okay. Some of their sweaters and some of their dresses can go for a lot more money than that. So I do suggest you familiarize yourself with Soft Surroundings, and if you see it in the store, especially a dress or a large sweater, take a second look at it, because I think the return on this, you're going to find that you really, really want to grab those. This is probably one of my favorite finds of the day. I did pay full price, a little over $5 for this. And I was looking at the embroidery and I was looking at it, and I knew it was something, but I could not think of what it was. And then it hit me, JW is Johnny Was. And I want to thank Boondoggle Bliss here on YouTube for, pointing out this brand. This is one of her favorite brands, and she talks a lot about Johnny Was. And there are a lot of different tags. And for some reason, I didn't connect the two until after I grabbed it and looked at it for a while. But this is a beautiful embroidered t-shirt. Very, very expensive new. Some of his shirts go for over $200. And I'm not exactly sure. It's probably hand embroidered, I would imagine. Looking this one in particular up online, it looks like I can list this for $30 and not have a problem with it. If this was not a t-shirt, if this was more of a blouse or a button down, the prices really go up from there. We're talking $60, $70, sometimes $100 in resale. So I suggest you go online, look up Johnny Was, and see if you can find the different tags that this company sells under, because it was, I'm really happy that the bells rang in my head and I was able to figure out why I knew that brand. This next piece I thought was a woman's, but when I looked it up, it turned out to be a man's. It is a kind of a polo shirt, and it is called Stone Island is the name of this brand. Let me show you this. So I've got the Stone Island men's shirt. And if you had a jacket by Stone Island, we're talking, $100. Just the shirt itself is probably going to be about $25, which I'll be really happy for, because, paid under $3 for it. These last two pieces are the same company. Let me get the brand. These are both silk tops by Hale Bob, and these are really cute. I would assume maybe if you're going out to like a party and it's not too formal, it's, something fun, these would be really great things to wear. So that's one. They've got a lot of different embellishments. This one has like leather pieces that are cut out and sewn to it. And so this is more of a tunic top. So again, there's Hale Bob, and it's got a tie with some, glitter and puff sleeves to it. So I got both of these tops. I paid under $3 for each of them, and they look to list between $20 and $25 on eBay. And the tops do well, but the dresses do very well. So if you ever find a Hale Bob dress, you're looking at, possibly $40 or $50. So I definitely suggest you check those out. Okay, next up I've got a pile of skirts. These first two are by the same company, but they're very different skirts. The name of the company is Toka. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I recognize it from when I was younger. This was the brand to have. And this first one is a pencil skirt with a woven textured fabric. This next one is interesting because, like I said, it's from the same brand. So let's find, there you go, that Toka. And this one is silk, and it has strawberries and it's very flowy. So again, two very, very different pieces. I picked both of these up for $2.50 each because skirts are $5 at my store. And so if I was to list these over on eBay, the return's not great at about $10. But if I was to take these over to Poshmark, it looks like it's closer to $25 or $30 in each sale. So I'm definitely going to take these to Posh. Here is a really great brand that I suggest everyone get to know, which is Tibi. Not to be mistaken with Toby. Tobi is a very low-level brand that doesn't go for very much money, but Tibi is a very high-level brand, and you can make really good money reselling. So this is a plain black skirt with an asymmetrical hem that I paid $2.50 for, and it looks like I can sell this on eBay for around $35. So I'm going to be really happy with that. Now, this next piece is the same company, which is Tibi. They really marked this one up. They marked it at $24.99. I paid half of that, so I paid $12.50. And the reason they marked it up, I'm assuming, is because it has the original tag, new with tag. This sold for around $400. And this is the Greena skirt, I guess. And it's just a very long silk skirt. And again, I don't mind paying up when I know my return can do really well. So what I did is I looked this up on eBay, and it just sold for $40 new with tags, and so that's a great return. This might be a piece that I actually take to. I think the Real takes Tibi. I'd have to double check that, but the Real is an online consignment store where you can send in your designer pieces and they sell it for you, and you make about 55% of the sale. And so I've been wanting to send in some pieces to the Real, so this might be one of those that I do send if they take that brand. Okay, Lily Pulitzer is the next skirt that I have. And this is just a really cute pink fabric with scalloping on the edges. There's also scalloping on this little pocket, which I thought was so cute. And for Lily, I would recommend checking out both eBay as well as Poshmark. On eBay, we're looking at probably around $20 for this skirt. On Posh, it could be closer to $30 or $35. Again, Poshmark doesn't have quite the audience that eBay has, so a lot of times it might take a little bit longer to sell on Posh, but if you're willing to wait that time out and put some time into sharing your items on Poshmark, you can expect a little bit more. Okay, for $2.50, I grabbed this J. Crew size 12, great size 12, number 2 pencil and wool, and it's just a black skirt that sells for around $25 on eBay. This next one is another black skirt, size 2, Odile, which is an Anthropologie brand. I paid $2.50 for it. And I'm going to have to, wash it and lint roll it. It's got a little bit of fuzzies on it, but it's in great shape. And as I've said before, Anthropologie does better on Poshmark, so I can expect maybe $30 or $35 on Posh, hopefully, with that piece. And my final skirt is a Rebecca Taylor, wonderful designer. And this is a knee length or a little bit below the knee work skirt, and it's got some thick stitching on it. I spent $2.50 on this, and when I looked up comps for Rebecca Taylor skirts, it's probably going to fetch around $30 on eBay, so I'm very happy with that return. I'm sure everyone's going to be familiar with this next piece, and that is LuLaRoe. These are one size leggings, and they are just in a geometric print. Now, LuLaRoe has been a little controversial lately. They've been in the news because people are complaining that the fabric is not as strong as they wish, and they're getting holes in them. So before you sell Lula, I suggest you go over the entire legging or skirt or shirt, whatever you have, to make sure there aren't any holes. This I did pay full price for. These are considered, I think they rang them up as pajama bottoms, so I think I paid about $3.50 for them, or $3 for them. And you know, they come in, or they price all over the place, but it's not unexpected to get around $30 or $35 on eBay for LuLaRoe. So that's what I'm going to be pricing those at. This next piece is new with tax, Nike, and these are collegiate. So Nike, here, let me show you. Sorry. They've got this mascot on them, and they're purple. I'm not 100% sure which college it belongs to, but it is new, extra, extra large, in a Nike Fit Storm. I paid $6 for them, and so I'm going to be looking this up, making sure I know which college it belongs to, but I can expect probably about $30, if not a little bit more, for those. This is an Athleta dress, and I looked up the style number, and I found that this was a printed everywhere dress, is what they call it. And it's got a halter here at the top and a knee-length skirt with some paisley design on it. This was rung up as a dress, so I paid $4.50 for it, and they're selling for around $25 on eBay. And the great thing about Athleta is it's, out of all of the brands that I sell online, it probably moves the absolute fastest for me. My average time of having Athleta in my store is less than a week before it sells. Here's a second Athleta piece. This is a Kaftan cover-up, perfect for summer. This was rung up as a shirt, and so I paid under $3 for it. It was half off, and I expect to get around $20 or $25 for this cover-up. This next piece is thinking outside of the box a little bit, and that's because it is a nightgown. This is a Natori nightgown, and it's kind of Asian inspired in its print. So you've got the different flowers. It's very long. And so I got this half off, so I spent about $2.50 on it. And it looks like similar nightgowns can get around $40 online. Since this is made out of polyester rather than silk, I probably won't end up listing it for that much. But, you know, around $30 maybe, and seeing who makes a best offer on it. I thought this next piece was so cute. It is by Victoria's Secret. And I paid, even though this is a romper, they rung it up as a shirt, so I paid under $3. And so as a romper, it's got shorts on it. How cute is that? And it's got a really, really vivid, bright design on it. If I take this to eBay, it looks like around $15 or $20. So that is what I'm going to do. Romper. I would have guessed they would have come back. And this isn't a romper. Instead, this is a jumpsuit. So let's take a look at this cropped jumpsuit at that, with strapless. They rang it up as a dress, so I paid $4.50. And this is by Zara, which is considered fast fashion, but it's one of those that does mark their prices up a little more. So other fast fashion places might be stuff like H&M or Forever 21. I would say Zara is definitely over those prices, but it's still fast fashion. And so this jumpsuit, if I was going to take it to eBay, I'd probably get around $20, whereas Poshmark, which tends to be a little more fashion forward, it looks like closer to $40. So I will be listing that on Posh. Few more dresses left. This one is a Meadow Rue, which is an Anthropologie brand. Paid $4.50 for it. And this is just a plain black dress. It does have some pilling on it. So I am going to take my sweater shaver to that and get the pilling off, which I don't have any problem doing. And this Meadow Rue piece is probably going to be sold for around $30. Hopefully $30. Now, you probably know about my love-hate relationship with ASOS, because they're another fast fashion brand which does not sell for very much money originally in a retail store, but sometimes it is so cute I can't stop myself from buying it when I see it in a store. This is just a great little sequence number that would be perfect for a fun party. I got it for $4.50. I am going to be taking this probably on eBay and hopefully getting around $20 or $25 for it. So again, with ASOS, it really depends on the style for how much money you're gonna make for it, reselling, because again, it just doesn't sell for that much money to begin with. Got another Free People. This time it is Intimately, which is a Free People brand. And this is just a bodycon dress in a very vivid blue color, almost purple. And looking this up, it looks like this will go for around $20 on eBay. Although I might have to take a best offer on that because there are a lot of those dresses currently. So the market's a little flooded. Every reseller's favorite brand, some Eileen Fisher. The tag is not on here, so they just charged me full price. This tag means that it should have been probably marked up, but since it didn't have a price tag on it, they said, oh, that'll just be the $9. So I said, okay, I will definitely do that for Eileen Fisher. Now, there's a few things that I really love about this dress. First of all, it's in a linen. You can tell, obviously it's wrinkled, so I'm going to have to steam it pretty hard. But being in a linen fabric, that's a very, more expensive fabric, so that's always good. The name Eileen Fisher holds a lot of weight in the reseller world. And also, this is what we consider a lag and look piece. What lag and look is it's a very neutral tone clothing that are very free and flowing, usually a little oversized for the wearer. And you layer it up. So you might wear, another, shirt under this, a sweater over it, some tights, things like that. And the lag and look is very in, and it really demands a lot of money online. And so all of those things together, we're looking at probably a $60 price tag on this. With Eileen, what I do is I list it without a best offer because there's so many people looking for it. A lot of times I don't need a best offer on it. Somebody will pay that full price. If it's up for a while and I don't see any movement, I might consider putting best offer on it, but I will see if somebody wants it for around $60. This is a Zara basic dress, paid $4.50 for it. Again, I don't really go out and look for Zara. It's another fast fashion, but this is just the perfect little black dress with a plunging neckline and some really great straps. So I just thought for the style of it, it's really nice. So I'm probably going to ask for around $20 for this on eBay. This is a Boss by Hugo Boss dress. Paid $5.50 for it. And this is certainly something that you'd be able to wear to work in a really nice office. It's a shift dress with a nice hem. And this brand does really well reselling. And so I'm going to probably be asking for around $50 with best offer. But one of the things, because of this fabric, it is a really high-end wool blend fabric, I probably will have to take this to my dry cleaner just to get it looking its best. So that means it's going to be $7 on top of the $5.50 I already paid for it. So this is going to be a little bit more of an investment than a lot of the pieces. But for Hugo Boss, I thought that I would do it. I've got two dresses that are the same style, different colors. Paid $4.50 a piece, so $9 for both of them. And everyone's going to notice that name Lacoste because it is a very, well-known preppy brand. Now, this is called a plastic polo dress by Michael Young. And I looked up this whole plastic polo, and it turns out in 2007, Michael Young did a collaboration with Lacoste and created a lot of polo shirts mainly for men. Now, these are dresses. As you can see, it's got pockets. It goes all the way down. We've got some buttons here at the bottom. It also has the signature alligator along with Lacoste being written down the side. So this is the green one. And then this is the turquoise one here. And so looking this up, it was really hard to find any women's Michael Young Lacoste. And so I'm probably going to take a shot at listing these pretty high because a general Lacoste dress will cost around maybe $30 or $35. So I'm probably going to list these separately. I probably won't put them in a lot, list them separately for around $45 or $50 with best offer. Just because I really couldn't find a whole lot of them, then there might be some demand there. So I do want to start it up rather high to see if somebody's willing to pay the price for it. Two dresses left. The first one is a soft surroundings. And we did talk about this brand before, and this is a long green velvet dress, which would be very, very appropriate for, a Christmas party or around the holidays. So it's not quite the right time for this, but it looks like I'm not going to have any problem listing this for about $40. I probably will not put best offer. Instead, I'll wait. If I do have to wait till it comes a little closer to the holidays, I'm totally willing to do that just because velvet's not exactly what you would call a summer fabric. But, put it up in my store and see what happens. And then this last piece is absolutely gorgeous. This is a Joseph Ribkoff, and this brand does really, really well in the resale world. And so I got this. It's called a front zip sheath dress, and bonus points because it is new with tags. Originally it sold for $229. It's also an extra large, which is a huge plus. I bought this for half off, so I spent $12.50. And this exact dress, exactly like this, new with tags, same color, same everything, sold in February for $39. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting this up because it's an extra large that I feel can command even more money. So I'm probably going to be putting this up for about $50 with best offer and seeing what happens. That $12.50 I think is a really good investment if I can get that much out of it. So I will leave you looking at this Joseph Ribkoff tag, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something. Feel free to give me a thumbs up if you liked it, or write a comment. I try to answer everyone's comments. And I also want to give a big shout out to my mom. She watched one of my videos for the first time the other day, and she told me, "You do a really good job, but it'd be nice if you put more pricing information in." So that's why I try to focus on the pricing for this one. This one's for you, Mom. So this is the New York Thrifter saying, I will see you soon.